And we are live
Hey everyone, it's Ken and Kathy Cushman
with Cushman Coaching and Consulting, and this is our Let's Talk About What Really Matters broadcast.
And we're wearing our headphones today because we have a really special guest today.
Yeah, one of our graduates from way back, Julian Cavazos. I know I said it wrong, but he'll correct me. He created an incredible organization out of a vision he connected with along his journey of transformation. And he's making a difference for the youth in South Florida, the LGBTQ plus youth. And we're really excited to have him with us to share about what's going on. Because over the last month, we've been doing a series of bringing graduates on. And we'll be bringing other graduates on who've made a difference out in the community. We were talking about how many people have created some pretty amazing things outside of making a difference.
Like great relationships and amazing families and companies and TED Talks and things like that.
Yeah, and so we're going to be inviting them along as we go forward over this spring. So we're really excited about that. And so if you're out there and joining us, please comment. Let us know you're there. Ask questions. And if you watch it later, still comment. We'll get back to you if you have a question and you missed the broadcast, but you have a question and you want to know something. You know, if you comment later, we'll definitely respond and get back to you. Or, again, you could respond to either Kathy or I directly. So let's go ahead and bring Julian on.
And he can tell us about his organization.
Hey, Julian.
Hey, Julian.
Hi, how are you?
Amazing. Did I say it right?
No.
You just coached me on it, too. Cavazos.
Cavazos. Or Cavazos.
Cavazo.
That's good enough. And just LGBTQ plus, or what I'd like to do now is just say we're all inclusive. So
good.
Kids can be a part of this.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to be an L, you don't have to be a G, you don't have to be a Q. Yeah, any kid can play a part in what I refer to as JFOY, or Julian's Fountain of Youth.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So tell us about it. Tell everybody about it.
Well, I'm going to go back a little bit, because for me, the most important thing is that I always say this to people, what we have, which is pretty darn cool, wouldn't be here without Ken and Kathy. Because when I went through my journey with you two, I will never forget being there and thinking, gosh, had I gone through something like this when I was younger, oh my goodness gracious, not that I was very fortunate, as you both know. I'm very lucky. I've had a good life. I had a good childhood. I had amazing parents who were very loving. But there are a lot of parents out there that are, unfortunately, if you're LGBTQ, are not. And I always said to myself when going through my journey with you two was that somehow I'm going to make this available to the LGBTQ youth community. Somehow. I didn't know how that looked back when we were doing our thing, but I said, I'm going to do this because this has changed my life forever, and my families and so on and so forth. So I made that commitment when we were doing our thing, if you will. So that's kind of how it ended up here. And as you all know, that's the easy part.
Yes.
It's the execution, and time does its thing, and we all have other crap that comes up and prevents us from doing what we commit to doing. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm going to say fortunately, I had an emergency situation. I ended up in the hospital, emergency open heart surgery. It was all bad, and I laid there in that bed, intubated, and all this. It was just, and all I kept thinking was, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And get me out of this, and I promise you, I will get moving. And I literally started in that moment creating JFOY, or Julian's Fountain of Youth, and how that was going to look. And as you two know, 5 years ago, it's going to be 6 now, I, along with some close friends, started Julian's Fountain of Youth. And the idea being started with what I refer to as Flyer, or the Fort Lauderdale Youth Empowerment Retreat, which simulates what you guys did with me, but we do it with the LGBTQ youth community, which now is, again, all inclusive. We have some kids that are not LGBTQ, but they may have parents who are 2 dads, 2 moms, or they're just allies. And we never say no to a kid. Never say no to a kid. We are all inclusive. And so that's how it all really got started. And there's much more than just that retreat, which is now we do annually, and it's really, really awesome. But we do so many other things, like where I'm at right now. I'm at what we call the Wilton Collective, which is a youth work program. It's an incredible space here on the drive, on Wilton Drive. And we are a consignment and thrift store, but it's really high end. It's a beautiful space. It's a safe space for youth to come and have their first job and learn. You guys, it's amazing. Kids today, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, they don't know how to write a check. They don't know. They don't know. They have a hard time just writing. Forget cursive. I mean, yeah, because they don't teach cursive in school anymore.
Right.
And so our vendors and consigners writing cursive, and they get this stuff and look at it and go, "What's this?" And so we're teaching them a little, what I refer to as little things relative to work, the work experience, and that's one of several things that fall under Julian's Fountain of Youth. We do a lot. We do the all-inclusive prom that happens in South Florida every year now, which is incredible because I went to it's really cool because I went to a youth prom years ago and it was like, this sucks. So I'm like, no. Our youth get to have the same prom like everybody else. And so we do that annually as well. So there's a lot of different things that fall under there. Let me go and I'll keep talking. All
I want to say is I love you so much.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Just the difference you're making for youth. I mean, and it's so important. You know, we don't have the same, like, I want to say this, like, rite of passage anymore. Like, as we're growing up, there's no, and to have an organization like that teaches, right, those things that, you know, maybe would come from, you know, family, right? Or maybe not anymore. Family, you know, both parents are working. There's very few parents at home anymore.
Yep.
And with everything that's happening and everything with social media, kids are challenged so much more than they used to be.
Oh.
And let me say this, particularly here in Florida, right? It is very, very challenging.
Hey, Alton. Thanks for the love.
Hey, Alton. So what are some ways that people can support your organization?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and contribute to you and give back to how much you give to these children. Because I know there's a lot of people out there like me that think, you know, I really want to be able to help. And, you know, what different ways can I support? So these kids know they do have a lot of people behind them.
Yes. And that's so important, Kathy, that these youth understand that. Because, right, especially in Florida, right now what's going on in our state, you know, these youth get to understand that not everybody feels that way. But what can people do? There's so many things that don't involve money that people can do. Because that's, people are like, you know, it's money. No, it's not money. No. We're always looking for chaperones. Like, one of the cool things we do is we take 20 kids to Disney. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this. I wish you could see my legs right now. We take 20 youth to Disney during gay days in Disney. Imagine being a 14, 15-year-old kid and going to Disney and seeing like-minded people who accept you just the way you are in what is considered to be the most fabulous place on earth, Disney. Imagine walking in those gates and all you see is yourself as a kid. It's I mean, really, it's just so we're looking for chaperones for events like that we do, or events that we have, or the prom. We're looking for chaperones. You don't have to give money, give your time. In the store here, if you want to give your time 4 hours once a week or once every 2 weeks, we'll take you. Come on in. And don't worry, you're not going to be cleaning bathrooms. You're going to be doing fun stuff in our store. And getting to work with all our kids. We don't make our volunteers do stuff like that. Or moving, go pick up furniture. No. We work in the X store with the youth. And it's like, so we're always looking for. Also, keep in mind, we have a thrift store and a consignment store. If you have stuff you want to get rid of, donate it to us, because we can definitely use donations. Consignment is great. We'll take consignment as well, but obviously, we make more money on donations.
Right.
But if you're interested, and you want to get rid of stuff or whatever, donate stuff, you can donate stuff that you have in your house. If you know somebody, this is what we get a lot of. My mom is downsizing. Mom's moving. She's got a lot of stuff she wants to get rid of. We can actually come to your home or their home and help them with that, with our youth, and take what they want us to take. So we do. There's so many different things that anyone can do that does not involve donating money. Obviously, if you're a business owner, we're looking for sponsors, etc. I don't like to spend too much time on that because that's kind of a given. So I'm not one to spend a whole lot of time and donate money. No, donate time.
Right, and I love the idea that if you know somebody who's downsizing, and a lot of people are right now.
Absolutely.
Right, that and having the kids come and support with that, right? They're contributing and it's like building the whole community. That's wonderful. What a wonderful opportunity that is.
Really, really cool. There's so many different things anyone can do to help us relative to the foundation. Again, donations of goods, and if you're not sure what that looks like, that's okay. Just I'll even put my phone number up there. I don't mind if you call or text me. Call and text me, because we can get you. We'll tell you yes or no. If we can't take, I'll tell you this right off the bat. We only take nice stuff.
Yes. I've seen your store. I know you only take nice stuff.
It's really super duper nice, and I don't mean that in a but.
No, I got it.
We're a little bit higher in store. It's people come, like I just had a woman this morning that's coming. She's a buyer for designers. She went crazy in here. Goes, how do I not know about this space? Because we have such beautiful stuff. I will tell you this though, we will take what you give us. And the other thing we do is, if it can't work here, right down the street is Pavarello. Right down the street is Out of the Closet. And we pay it forward and we donate to them.
That's
So
awesome.
nothing goes in the trash.
Great.
It goes to another organization that will definitely take it. But yeah.
Do you want to show that video?
Say that again, sir?
The
video about us.
Oh yes. Let's see the video.
Do you want to tee this up at all before I launch it?
Yeah. Every year, we do a big event called the Reverse Quinceañera. I won't take too much time on that. It's one of the biggest events to do. It started as a joke for my 51st birthday. Quinceañera is when a girl turns 15. I flipped it, made it 51, and threw myself a reverse quinceañera. And it was such a massive hit that I'm now about to celebrate Julian's 13th annual reverse quinceañera. So it's become our biggest fundraiser that we do every year. And it's a comedy show. It's got a telenovela. It's just hysterical. It's really fabulous. So this video you're going to see was the opening video that we used to open the show, which I think speaks volumes about who we are and what we do.
Cool.
Okay.
Long sorry.
Just give me 1 second to do some technical magic here.
I work at the Wilton Collective. I actually just recently started full time. This is my first job. This is my start in life, really. It has really taught me a lot, that a lot of lessons that I will continue to use beyond JFOY. You know, eventually I'm no longer going to be a youth, you know, and I see not only JFOY helping me with just life skills, leadership, compassion, a bunch of other small skills that I wouldn't really have the ability to develop, but it's also helped start a career for me, you know? I'm in a really good position at the store that I wouldn't have the opportunity to be in had it not been for the organization and the Wilton Collective. It's set me up to actually excel in life, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Yeah.
A couple of things that I've noticed with Gage is that he has really been very committed to his role, both as the youth manager and now he's moving into the manager of the collective. It's great when he comes home. We talk about strategies and ideas for how to make things work better and more efficient. I feel like it's really given him a purpose with life skills and also with a social dynamic. He's met some really great people. He's made friends, but he's also started to think more as an adult because of this experience. And so it's really great for me as a parent to see my son evolve into a young adult.
We've all been in different places in our lives, and sometimes we have felt maybe a bit like a misfit. That's not a good feeling. We all have energy and positivity to bring forth to our communities, and we all bring our own strengths. And being able to recognize those where they are given the opportunity to thrive, we need more of the opportunity for seeds to be planted and for them to be planted in an area that allows them to nourish and grow and to establish roots and become happy with themselves and productive members of their community. I feel the most productive that I've ever felt in my life. Some of the things that I've been involved in have been great, and I've accomplished some great tasks over my lifetime. But being a part of this group of people, the LGBTQ plus community, giving them an opportunity to increase the quality of their lives, to be a part of that in any way possible is enrichment for me at this point in my life.
Over the last two years that Gage has been part of the organization, I have come here many times to many events and been just part of his growth here. They're such good people. They really take the time to listen and mentor the youth that are involved. There's still a lot of work to do, and I think that being part of JFOY allows the public at large to understand that we're all just people. We just want to live and love and be happy.
It gets better. You know, it's nice to be a part of something bigger than yourself. It took me a long time to realize that, and I think it's really important that we get ourselves out there and we involve ourselves with community and really build the world that we want to see.
That was awesome.
I haven't seen that in so long. It made me freaking cry.
Oh,
I got a lot of emotion going on over here. Very inspired by
Yeah. Wow.
that difference you're making.
Oh,
What a
guys,
wonderful community that you've created. Oh.
well, again, I
There.
I tell you, Ken and Kathy, I can't tell you how blessed I am, and how because of the two of you, and Ken, I walked out the first day. I didn't pay yet, and I walked out, and you made a point to come and say what you said to me, and I could not be happier for walking back in there and you taking a stand, and me walking back in that room and begin the journey that I began with you two, because it didn't just change my life; it's changed so many other people's lives, and a lot of children, and I'm not going to sit here and take all of that in. That's me. It's not. It's me and several people like you two who stood with me and still stand with me, like you are today.
Takes a
It's all
village,
is
right?
possible. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you've created such an amazing community, and I think it's one of the things that's so missing particularly for young people today, is having people around that they know they can count on, having a whole community around. So thank you for creating that for people. It's really awesome. It benefits everyone.
We had a couple comments during the video. I'll just throw a couple up. It's from Alton. He was, I think, 143. I love seeing a person with the courage to step into life's purpose, such as you have. Post your phone number. I will call you later. Consider Legoland as a possible overnight camping trip. They give the best group prices and give youth and adults first-time experiences. Very cool.
I would love that.
Cool.
And be surprised how many teenagers never rode a bike.
Yes.
He says he's got bikes and kids can put tents. So
is he a part? Is Alton a part of Legoland?
No. He lives in that area, I believe.
Oh.
But he's making some suggestions, and
I
he
love
said
it.
post your phone number. Send your phone over in the chat. I'll put it in the comments.
Okay, I'll do that.
In a way that people. And he was probably a year or so after you went through the trainings.
So let me ask you another question. This is kind of off of some of what we've been talking about, but we've been talking about some of the things that have been going on here in Florida. What are some things that people who are supportive, what can we do? Like, what are some things that we can do? Are there? Yeah.
Vote.
Yes. Okay. Doing that.
Oh.
Got that one. Yeah.
How about we start there? Please
Yeah.
get out and vote.
Yeah.
Numero uno. If you are interested in supporting us in any way, however that gets to look for you, please get involved. Not with us, but any other organization that supports our community. When I say our community, for the purposes of the context of what we're talking about, I'm going to say LGBTQ community.
Yes.
Because right now, we are a target.
Yes.
We are a target. And it scares the heck out of me that the youth that I'm working with today, and what's going to be available to them in the future, it's going backwards. It's going backwards. I just recently had an event here. We call it our Youth Turnabout, and it's sponsored by our kids, and they put on a show. And Ron DeSantis' office actually got in touch with us, said we can't do this. That kids can't be a part of drag. Kids can't. And I'm like, bring it. We're doing this. And we did it. And we had the community behind us 100%. We had the Wilton Manor Police Force behind us. We had the police chief. We had the assistant chief. It was amazing. It was
That's
awesome.
great.
They tried to shut us down, and I said, "Yeah, they're going to come arrest me. We're not shutting this down." And it was a beautiful event, and everybody came out and had a beautiful time. And the kids
Oh,
were
that's
just
wonderful.
over the moon, because I was not going to disappoint these kids that spent weeks putting all of this together. Tell them the day before, we're not doing this. It ain't gonna happen. But anyway, so get out there, support your local organizations, however that gets to look for you. I know there's let me look. Not this Sunday, next Sunday, we're actually going to do, it's called, I want to say Marching in Heels. It's kind of the we're going against the scientist establishment and saying, you know what, we're all going to get in drag and we're all going to walk and do
nice.
And the Wilson Collective is going to be one of the stops where everybody's going to come here. We're going to have some speakers and then make our way down to City Hall. If you're available I'll forward you the information if that's okay, Ken. So maybe you can get that out for us. So anybody that wants to come out,
absolutely.
You don't have to be in drag. That's not it at all. Not supporters can take a stand and enough's enough. What madness.
Is there a link or anything that I can post here in the broadcast?
I'm not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just send it to me later. I'll put it with the video and we'll
I
put
always
it
have
out too.
kids come in here and do that stuff for because those little young ones, they know all. They know it. I'll get it to you if that's okay.
Okay, great.
Sure. Yeah.
And that would be-
Absolutely.
Definitely, we'll definitely share that because that's a great thing that people could do. Yes, come out and
and
join
we
that.
have our event stuff coming out. Keep an eye on what we have going on. Every Friday we do what's called Mix and Mingle here at the Wilton Collective. It's every Friday. What is it? It's a social for everybody in the community to come out and have a place to just come out, have a drink, have some light bites. We have entertainment sometimes, singers. We have drag queens. We've got all kinds of beautiful entertainers, not just drag queens, but beautiful singers, piano player, you name it. Every Friday, if you're in the area from 6:30 till 9, we have a parking lot, so there's plenty of parking. Come out and join us. Come say hi to me. Come see our store. But that would be a really, if you want to come find out more about who we are and meet our kids, meet some of our
What's the address of the Wilton Collective?
It's 2365 Wilton Drive in Wilton Manors, 33305. And we're the big building that you'll see if you're driving down the street. We have this beautiful butterfly on the wall. You can't miss our beautiful butterfly. Yeah, it's huge. And that's kind of, everybody comes to take pictures with the butterfly, but you can't miss our building.
Cool.
So 2365 Wilton Manors?
Wilton Drive.
Wilton
in Wilton
Drive.
Manors.
Okay, got it. Wilton.
He's hunting and pecking. He's a little better than you.
Manners is Manors, right? Not manners. Okay, sorry guys. I've got technology down, but it's just the input.
Typing, yeah.
And the older I've gotten, the worse I've gotten.
Oh.
It's 62 now.
Oh, you're an old man.
I'm an old man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We're in our 60s. I know those
Went
people who
by
don't
so
know
fast.
me are going, there's no way he's in his 60s. Nothing's changed. I'm the same.
No, nothing has changed at all. Other than you're creating this extraordinary community that I'm so delighted with. I mean, I tell you, I've been telling Ken that we need more communities. We need more ways to create community and bring people together as a community. And what you've done here is exactly that. It is really, really what people need right now is places where they can go and they can just be and they can have friends around and they can grow. And these children are so blessed and so lucky. I'm just so thankful for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, and also everybody out there. If you're looking for a space to have an event, we do events here, and what we'll do, you bring the people, we provide you the space,
There's a link.
and we'll also provide, drinks and all that good stuff, cocktails, we'll set up the whole thing. So have anyone interested, please get in touch with me, because we host events as well.
David Nervin posted a link to the address in the in comments. So if anybody's looking for it, just click the link.
Oh,
it's a
awesome.
link to the address.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
If you're out there, you're listening, it's Ken and Kathy Cushman with Cushman Coaching and Consulting, and we're here talking to our wonderful friend Julian, who has created Julian's Fountain of Youth, which is an amazing, inclusive organization that helps all kinds of youth, and is just been creating a tremendous little community in our community here, where people can feel safe and loved and championed. I think is the word I want. I feel like people feel
awesome.
championed.
Thanks for the difference that you're making.
Yeah.
Thank you. Again, like I opened it up. You know what? These are your results. Right here.
Well, thank you.
I had a couple of people in. Thank you. I had a couple of people in the other day from 129 score that were like when I was, and I was like freaked out because they came in and they're like, I'm like, oh my god, and then like I'm like telling them like this is a Ken and Kat the result. It's right here. This is.
This is such a great example of vision and purpose. We talk about that in the trainings. It's really the first thing. Whether you choose to do the training or not, it's going to come out of vision or purpose, or people sometimes choose from circumstances, but that's what creates the extraordinary. Having that picture in your mind, that connection to something that, you're passionate about, that's heartfelt, that, calls you forth. And, this is a perfect example of it. We have that connection to it. We might not know what it's going to look like, but we just keep moving forward, connected to that. And even Gage, he talked about, finding purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the challenges that we have with youth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is they get to a place of, they don't know why they're here or why it matters. And that's, I think, when they get caught up in the social media, the image and all that, trying to find the why.
Yeah.
Right? And not having that direction to look outside of self, right? To, like, what's out there for me? It's there. Everybody has a purpose.
Yes.
And so,
yes. And I think a very important part to all of this too for me is, what am I doing for my community to make it a better place? What am I doing so that when I'm gone, I've left something that for me really mattered? And now I can honestly say, with my eyes shut, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done exactly what I said I was going to do how many years ago was that? When we were all together. It happened. It's happening, I should say. Not happened. It's still happening. And I hope it'll continue while I'm gone.
Yes.
Good legacy.
And one of the things I wanted to say was, you were talking earlier about how you wanted to do it for a long time, and maybe it didn't actually happen when you thought it was, but when it's supposed to happen,
exactly.
You take the action and you do it,
Yeah, exactly.
When you were talking, something came into my mind that Kennedy said, a quote that, don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. It's the same here, our country, our community, hell, our family, or our relationship, right? What can I can contribute, right?
Yes.
For me, I think too, that's why I know our relationship works, is because we look at, like, I'm committed to creating it versus what I'm going to get away from it. What's it?
What's
gonna,
in it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
the such a universal principle that most people miss is that what we put out is what's going to come back. So I don't
yeah.
have to worry about what's in it for me when I'm authentically, contributing. And
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
and, that was
That's. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you cut out. I missed what you said.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that for me is a big thing too. When I'm talking to when I interview volunteers, this is not about us.
Mm-hmm.
It's about them. It's about our youth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really important because it's very easy to go into something like this and make it about me. Or, and we can't do that. You can't do that. So, yeah, awesome, good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And congratulations on what you've created so far. And I look forward to,
really,
hearing and
everything
seeing
else
more.
you create, and I'm so grateful you're there.
Well, and you know what? I am so happy that you two contacted me to do this because I've spoken about you two for years and years and years. Yes, that other thing always comes up, Kathy. We don't talk about that now.
And for those of you that don't know, we have a sordid past. We have some history.
Really?
And sometimes you get in the middle of it.
It's so awesome, though.
Yes.
But I'm so happy that we get to do this together so that people can finally put a face to the name of the two people who have made
I hope they're not.
the biggest impact in my life. I promise you. And
Thank you.
I've always wanted people to know who you guys were because there would be none of this had it not been for you two. And so I'm glad we're doing this because I'm glad my family is going to get to see this. People are going to, and they're going to finally get to see you two. And
Oh,
so
so good. Oh, good.
that is such a blessing. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to serve you in the past.
Yeah.
Because this is really why we do it. Is this what's happening here? It's
Yes.
not about back there and then,
Yeah.
but really I know when someone does the work, right, it's the impact that they're going to make going forward. And that's why we do it. I don't know what it's going to be, but, it's always extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
When people really, practice this in their life, they make a difference. And they create extraordinary results, whether it's for themselves and for other people. So it's been, I'm blessed.
Yes.
And,
You are.
we've been spending the last couple years starting to develop virtual versions of what we did, and we're really starting to launch it, and we're really excited about the impact we get to continue to make.
Yeah.
And this way, be able to reach more people this way. And
That's
so,
awesome.
Thank
That's
you
so
for
awesome.
your contribution.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, so why don't we go ahead and wrap it up for this week?
Yes. Thank you so much for being with us. And if you're watching out there and you have some free time and you want to check it out, go down to Wilton Manor and check out the store and buy something expensive or donate something
Or go hang out on Friday nights. And next time we're in Fort Lauderdale on the
on
weekend,
Friday. We will be
Yeah,
there.
we'll have to come by.
Exactly.
It has been almost a year since we've been in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was for your birthday last May.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
so.
Yeah. That's
What is your
Last-
birthday? What day in May?
18th.
8 or 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks
you.
again for joining us, Julian. We will see you soon.
I hope so.
Bye.
Thanks everybody. And give me a call. Come see me. Call me. Whatever. Email me. Whatever. Fabulous.
Oh, and
Jerry
Geraldine.
just
Hey,
jumped
Jerry.
on.
She sent some love earlier.
That's sweet. Thank you, Geraldine. Thank you.
Cool.
That's cool. Cool
All
stuff.
right.
Thank you both so much.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Love
Yeah,
you. Bye bye.
Love you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow.
So yeah, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so like, I feel like a proud mother. He's so doing such a good thing in the community there, like creating so many opportunities for everyone, not just the youth. Like there's so just
Well, yeah. I mean, and you can even see like when in like Gage's dad.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the board members, and when they were
Right.
talking, they were just connected on like
with
a
the
deep
difference
level.
it made for them.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we continue to do this
what we
work so
do,
long,
yeah.
is the people like Julian and Jerry and David and other people that
Halton and everyone.
the difference they make in their own life and out in the world is just
Yeah,
so
it
much.
matters.
It does.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us, whether you're here live tonight or you watch
Watching
this later. Stay tuned. I'm not sure who we're having next week, but in 2 weeks you'll have an opportunity to meet Andes Tamayos, and he created this nonprofit foundation in Haiti and is making a huge difference to really make a difference for the people there and the children there.
And then keep looking. We're going to be having more graduates on who've accomplished all kinds of different things. And so keep looking for what we're doing. And thanks.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Have a great night.